All right, everybody, welcome back. This is the DarkSports podcast coming at you for, I guess this is what, week 5 we're on already? Week 5 of the NFL. Today I'm going to be talking about the week 4 results. Going to be talking about the 2 undefeated teams, Arizona at the 49ers and Commanders at the Eagles. Also, the next best thing, the Kansas City Chiefs, reigning Super Bowl champs, Chiefs at Jets. I'm going to talk about the Bengals at the Titans. And I'm going to start off by Thursday's game, Detroit at Green Bay. So the theme of this podcast is Undefeated. Let's go. All right, so starting off with the Thursday night football game. Now, my prediction last week, you can go back and list it. Starting off with the Lions at the Packers. This was the Thursday night football game. Now, if you go back and listen to my podcast, I was saying that both of these teams were really close. So they're going to need somebody to make a difference. And I said my boy Amon-Ra St. Brown is the difference maker. So if you look at the results, you will see that Amon-Ra St. Brown had the only receiving touchdown of this game. And here's a picture of him doing the Lambeau leap into the crowd. Also on the defensive end, Aiden Hutchinson. He was just putting pressure on him all night. 1.5 sacks in that game. Right now, the Lions are the best in that division. Easy. I had thought the Vikings were going to be able to contend in there, but that doesn't appear to be the case. And they're just looking really good because next up, they got a home game against the Panthers, who are 0-3. So, I mean, that might be some more easy money there. Shout out to the Lions. Going right into the 2 undefeated teams, Arizona at the 49ers. Now, in this game, I told you guys in week 1 that the San Francisco 49ers were my pick for the NFC to go to the Super Bowl. And I've been saying how they've just been looking really good each week. They continued this week. Christian McCaffrey, 4 touchdowns. Right now, they're easily looking like the best in the NFC, if not in the NFL. Brock Purdy's not making that many, if any, mistakes. And then my boy E40 Fonzarelli was even at this game. So this team is looking really good. Next up, they have a challenge here. They got Sunday Night Football at Dallas. This should be a really good game because Dallas Cowboys are Dallas. They look good, but then, the next time, maybe not. So this is a good matchup in the NFC. We're going to just see who's for real and who's pretending. San Francisco 49ers should be able to defeat Dallas Cowboys, no question. If they do it decisively, then all my questions about the 49ers will have been answered. But shout out to them. All right, next game is when the Commanders travel to Lincoln Financial Field to play the Philadelphia Eagles. I've been saying all season so far that this offense from Philadelphia has not looked good. You saw more of the same. There were some big plays down the field with Devontae and number 11, circus catches and everything else. But ultimately, this game went to overtime, and it should not have. But Elliott, the kicker, came through for us, just like he did last season. I think there was 2 games where he won the game-winning kick. I mean, teams that are going to be good, they find ways to win. This was another ugly win, but we will take it. Thank you very much. The Sunday night football game this past week was the Kansas City Chiefs at the New York Jets. New York Jets. Zach Wilson. A lot of things happen in this game that don't typically happen. First thing, Mahomes threw 2 interceptions. But the Jets defense, I was saying, their defense may be good enough to win games even without Zach Wilson, or I guess I should say even with Zach Wilson, and the defense did good. I mean, I got a safety, and something unusual that happened is that Zach Wilson also somehow he turned it on. And that's a frustrating thing about this dude, or people like him. You see the talent, but then like the next game they'll do something ridiculous, and you're like, why did you do that? But defense played good for the Jets. Zach Wilson played good this game, but at the end of the day, number 15, Mahomes, he did what he had to do to get the win, and we did get that win. Thank you very much. Go Chiefs. looking good in the AFC, especially with the Bengals, which I'll get into in a second. And the final game of week 4 that I want to talk about is the Bengals at the Titans. Let me be short. The Bengals season is over. I was making a lot of excuses. I was saying how, yeah, they went 0-2 last year and they might come back. But now this just shows that they are out of it. The season's done. We don't have to worry about the Bengals anymore. We can just look at Kansas City and Buffalo Bills now. Burrow got beat up. The offensive line did not protect him at all. The key thing that the Titans did in this game is that they were able to keep the ball out of Tannehill's hands. Yes, he had some good passes, but for the most part, it seemed like they remembered that, oh, we got Derrick Henry. They let Derrick Henry loose. Henry even threw for a touchdown. Titans have clearly taken the lead in that division, and in case you guys forgot, Titans are my pick to win that division. So, shout out to the Tennessee Titans. Tighten up, as they say down there. Okay, finally, what I want to talk about is the game coming up on Thursday this week on Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. This is going to be an interesting game for many reasons. I just talked about the Commanders and how, man, they kind of had us worried when, they had the Eagles down 14-7 and it was a close game, but Eagles ended up winning. So this is a short week for Washington. The Bears, probably the worst team in the NFL right now, right? They haven't won a game in a month. And here's the thing, though. It's kind of like they looked halfway decent against Denver. I don't know how the Bears just find ways to lose. They just find ways to lose. They gave up a big lead. They let Denver come back. But, it seemed like Justin Fields was looking good. He had 4 touchdowns, I think. So here we go on a short week. The Bears have to win a game. Is it going to be against the Commanders? Is this going to be the trap game? I don't know. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm not really going to go on the win or loss. I'm going to look at stats. So I'm going to just look for Kemet. They like throwing to him. I'm looking for him to have a certain amount of receptions and yards. Maybe Darryl Mooney also. I'm looking for him to have over 30 yards. I think that's the safest bet because you just don't know with Chicago. This is not a team that you can trust. In theory, you would think they would be able to take the initiative and kind of surprise the Commanders, but you just never know. So that's what I'm going to roll with this week. I do think that it's going to be a closer game than what people are saying. I don't think that the Commanders are going to just blow out the Bears at all. I think it was a short week for the Commanders. They got a couple injuries in the wide receiving unit, so I think the offense might move a little slow. And if Fields gets going, he can scramble, he can move, he can prolong drives. That may take a lot of time off the clock. So that's what I got for this week. That was my commentary for week 4 in the NFL and my prediction for week 5. That's what I saw. Let me know what you think in the comments. And again, thank you for listening. I will talk to you next week.